10,000 damn years. We was watching football in the living room by ourselves, and y'all was in the kitchen hiding wine. That's what happened to it. Now, you might not like this, but this is some truth. That's what happened. Is the crack years were coming. Grandmama and granddaddy had changed how they were doing things. Mm-hmm. Mama and daddy decided, you know what? Mama can come out the kitchen. Come on in here, baby. Take some shots with us. Women didn't take shots. Women didn't even drink alcohol when I was growing up. They drank fruity flavored stuff, Bartles and James wine coolers. They were ladies. They hid the little pen joints they smoked. They went to the ladies' room to do their coke. They didn't do nothing in front of you that was even seemingly going to be deemed unladylike.
That's true.
We used to have ladies of the night that we paid to do stuff. I mean, that they paid to do stuff like that.
Right. You're right.
Now, you're going to tell me, we remember this growing up, coming out of high school. And in 1991, that was my years till now. For 10,000 years now, this I've been. Ladies of respect and slips. Till now, everybody want to be freedom rangers, and they want to probably log off right now. But I'm just discussing some truth to y'all. As this is what happened. The sexual immorality went away with the drug years, with them crack years.
Right.
And then we forgot it all. And we act like this is some kind of sexual liberation. No, this is the crack years in competition. This was like the crack Olympics of sex. The crack dealer got all the money and got the most beautifulest of girls doing all this competition with this crack girl, who is somebody's mama, like you said, who is probably the last prettiest girl.
Right.
Who got kids at home, who are being neglected, and the dad is gone because he out here doing the same thing mama doing.
Right.
To the same dude who is out here getting all these different girls pregnant. See, it's a lot of levels to this terrible. And all the girls wanted the guy with the rims and the... See, we forgot about the years of rims and boom in the cars. Them were the damn crack years, y'all. We were listening to Kid and playing Kwame, dancing our asses off, and we called something else crack music. No, they had us lost in this world, listening to some of the best music you could have ever listened to. Luther, Witness, and Hammer and them out here. We juking, all for the drug dealer to buy pieces for everybody. That's what we was doing. Yep, that's what we're doing. People were sleeping all under houses and fucking kids being raped left and right.
Abandoned.
That's, man.
Left in the house for weeks at a time.
Dude.
It's all kind of, like I say, it's...
That's when I quit working with CASA, Court Appointed Student Advisors. It's because I saw this. They was abusing these kids, and the judges was just letting them go. They got a drug problem. No therapy, nothing. Just like, so what is my damn job again? Oh, depress the shit out of me? Oh, that's what my job is? Oh, depress the shit. Let's depress the shit out of Pertis. Why don't you? Mm-hmm. Let's fuck him up in the head. Why don't you? You know, why don't we do that? Why don't you? So for me, it was kind of like the worst. I got to fix something over here. I just noticed something. But yeah, it was, it's that forgotten time that we do not want to deal with. I mean, at all. But we have to, because guess what? How can we do anything for these children if we're not willing to address this? How can we do anything to help them if we can't address this? This is why they don't like us. This is why we can't parent them. This is why we don't have a decent relationship in our life. Why we don't have no trust. We ain't got zero trust. We got trust issues like what? The first generation to get in an argument and get divorced. You know what I'm saying? I remember gunshots and they still married. You know, domestic violence and we got a gang of excuses like grandmama wasn't happy with granddaddy. Granddaddy, how you know granddaddy wasn't doing all
They
this?
stayed though.
They stayed. And here's the thing: we got 1,000 excuses for why it is and all this when we really hiding from this damn conversation. Why we got trust issues, why we don't think that we can find somebody that we can deal with like grandmama did. Why don't we think we can put up with that shit? It's because the crack years and tow us up. We got zero trust in this world for anybody. We don't love nobody but self. Everybody is actually what they say, what they're doing. They are teaching self-love in every basically.
You're right though.
Everywhere you go.
Every platform is kind of self-love. And it's important, but there is so much needed to be spreaded in this world.
You know,
because we are headed very fast to some stuff I don't know if people really want to see.
But see, that's why I said I got to do this. You feel me? It's because we headed fast somewhere we don't want to do, somewhere we don't want to be, rather, like you said. So how do we fix it? Oh, yeah, that is a good point. Repent is a good point. Let me put that back up there. We can repent. Now, having to deal with what that means is kind of, I think, where don't nobody want to go to. Now that I've discovered this, I was like, you asking people to repent. And I was like, yeah, it's easy. And then God was like, the crack years. And I wasn't thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? It was not on the radar. So to now know that the crack years is on the radar, and that was my message for everybody to repent. Now I'm feeling a little bit different about that. I understand because I'm telling you to go make amends with the person. And now I'm seeing.
So is that what you're really asking?
I'm saying
because if they repent, that you saying do they have to make amends with the person?
Once again, if you understand Project HueManity, and if you read the damn plans, it says it. This is not about punishment. It's not. It's about healing. There are some things that we're going to have to discuss that took place. However, this is about healing and not about punishment. And if the world has forgotten, for the most part, 20 years of punishment, delayed, I feel no different. Well, I do kind of feel different. If you intentionally are doing stuff and your ass is sober and conscious of what you're doing compared to being drug addicted, you feel me? It's like there is a difference that I think we got to look at. But again, look at the plans.
We're not here to put nobody in.
I ain't trying to put nobody in jail. Look at the damn plan.
Jail or hell, right?
Incarceration is the last thing I want to do.
Right.
That's the last thing I want to do. Now, if you're murdering, raping, murdering child, murdering, killing, well, of course, we're going to have to do something with you. Of course, extensive therapy in a halfway house somewhere, no kids ever. And you can be, working into society some kind of way. I'm sure is a way to work people in some form or fashion into a stable mindset. I like to believe that. I think we can eradicate demons is what the shit it is up in our our bodies. We can get them damn demons out, whether it be a love of money demon, a love of alcohol, a love of drugs, a love of sex. All people do crazy things when they are addicted to something. You know,
That's true. That is true.
so I'm not here to fight with anybody. I'm here to say that, look, I found something, and it scares me, and that's why I'm asking people for help. Let's talk about this. Yeah, like I said, we're the beginning, the easy part. But this is way deeper than a pond. This is like it's Jupiter water. And us dark-skinned folks, we already don't want to talk about nothing. So imagine having to find out that the stories that we were talking about, Uncle Nem used to do something and Grandmama didn't say nothing. Oh, we're talking about Grandmama's son. You feel me? And see, luckily, Grandmama's son didn't touch me.
Correct.
You feel me? So Grandmama's son. And so when we start to get older and we start to not even, ain't nobody said nothing. But now you starting to see, oh shit, some people don't come around no more. Well, you remember Grandmama's daughter? Yeah, it's diamond rings missing. You remember your mama somehow loves to pick up stuff? We're gonna be close to people when we're talking about this. Just by talking about it, people are thinking about it. Imagine sitting there and thinking, yeah, my mama used to do this, dropping me off stuff so she could get some drugs. And I was lucky enough that the guys didn't do nothing. Or, which is more likely, the horror story of what they did to them young girls.
So,
and
what if a person don't have a forgiving, what if the person, you bring all this back up and they don't have a forgiving heart? Or they just like, because people are different, and people is just like somebody, like back in the day when somebody broke their leg and didn't go to the doctor. Mm-hmm. They walking again, but they got that limp. Mm-hmm. Where they could have got their leg straightened and it'd have been all right. But it's like I say, it's gonna be tough. But like you say, it needs to be done. So
yeah, dude,
you can't worry about that though.
It's like God's got me in a chokehold, and it's like, you got to do this, and this sucks. And guess what? This fixes it though. And then I'm like, how is it fixing it? Me over here talking to a podcast, and then I was like, hey, look, you remember them plans I gave you? Go read them again. And when I did, I was like, you gave me them 3 years ago. So it has the mental health part in it. It has the leniency on admitting you did something. That part is in there. You coming forward and saying, I was wrong. I did this, and this, because it's about trying to get that person help and treatment.
It frees everybody up.
Yeah.
There's blockage.
Right. Let's get this. Let's get this done. It is the problem. It is why I can't find my couples walking hand in hand no more. Why I can't see the kids laughing in the damn parks walking down the street while we all scared to death of each other. It's because we lost trust in one another during those years, man. And then subconsciously, right here in the back of the little Pandora's box in your head, it's got a crack in it. And every time you get close to somebody, it'd be like, rah, crack problems, crack years. Guess what? Rah, they gonna leave you. They gonna do it. It's the worst thing that can happen. And you got to get into protection mode. You got to take care of yourself because, self-preservation, that's the key to life. And so anything that happens, you triggered. I don't want to get hit like mama got hit just because they raising their voice. I don't want to get done like this. And then on so many levels, you got to think about this now. How many women don't trust a man because of what happened to them? You know, and then, like I keep saying, there were men doing these things sexually. Who do you think they were doing it to? The drug dealers, our roughest, toughest, rootinest, tootinest, cowboy shootinest, He-Man hustlers that we don't want to discuss this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, real talk though. See, luckily, back when I was out there being stupid, I was in the weed gang. Ain't nobody doing nothing for no weed.
Right. Well,
But hey,
more importantly,
it's a lot of stuff.
yeah, it is a lot of stuff. But more importantly, we are. It's that family unit, that trauma. That's what we're trying to unblock.
Yeah.
Open the lines of communication for these people and their family members.
Somebody got to take that hit, and I'm glad. Thank you for coming in and taking the hit with me, man. Because it's like I found this, but this is where I'm gonna ask people to help me because I can't carry this. This is a heavy one, and I'm gonna be reaching out to some people because this has to get done. And I'm going out of this building to do it. I'm finna go out and talk to the people. I think I'm finna go back around the country again, maybe. But I gotta go out here and meet the people again. This affects everybody, and I want to be able to talk to everybody again. All colors. Humanity is not. It's not just one group affected. And this is terrible. And we have to protect the kids for the next generation, man. And the only way to do that is for us to start healing. We can't be talking about, hey, we healing ourselves. I'm healing. I'm that's what we saying now. Everybody on TV, I'm healing myself. It's all, no, you ain't.
I've never seen a psychiatrist. And I need to.
Dude, everybody, after I realized this, there's not one of us that don't need to talk to.
If you even have ever had a loss,
yeah,
you never. We've all been through something that we could stand to talk to somebody about it.
Agreed.
That doesn't even have they can't have a judgment because for one, they don't even know you.
Good point.
That's a good thing about it.
And when I started these mental health talks, it was to remove the stigma of the need for mental health and people going to therapy. I wanted to remove it, and I had no idea that I can justify everybody needing it. Now I can justify everybody needing it. Sure can. Because I don't care who you are, you experienced it in some kind of way, form, or fashion, whether it was right here in your house.
There should be something in place people should be able to get at least about 5 or 10 hours a year.
Shit, I'm going to say more than that.
I'm talking about everyone. It should be like either a part of some kind of, whether you own some kind of fixed income or you getting Social Security, if you're getting disability, however your income come, there should be something taken out to get you some conversations with a psychiatrist.
I tell you, it'd be like they sitting right here in front of you and ain't read your plans. Like, and they saying what's in your plans, but But hey, thank you for being here because that's going to help those plans get to fruition, as they like to say. So yeah, there is a part of Project Humanity's under construction plan that has that free healthcare for everybody, and it's online. So you can, in case can't get there, you can do it on your app, on your phone, or on your laptop or tablet.
Healthcare or to get this mental health?
Mental health.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's how I do some of my group therapies or online. Because I started again during COVID, and couldn't go see them. So we did the online therapy, and that's what gave me the idea. Like, wait a minute, hold up, no, I think I did the plan. I can't remember which one was first. Was I doing the plans first or the online therapy? All I know is plans were in 2021. That's what I remember. Anyway, so the plans are for you to be online group therapies and individual counseling available. So say for instance, if I need some counseling, right? And I'm Jackson. However, I'm extremely popular in Jackson, so I don't want nobody to know me. So I log in to the group therapy and it takes me to Seattle. So now I'm in a group therapy session in Seattle. I don't want to do individual. I like group. So I go to a group therapy in Seattle and nobody knows me there. Mm-hmm. And guess what? In that session, they from Chicago, they from New York, they from Hawaii. But the situation, the program will always keep you away from.
So you have that in place now?
I have it in writing.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if I can get funded.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That's how it works. So the online group therapy, free for everybody. Most people have a cell phone right now anyway. However, trying to get Walmart or Amazon or whoever else loves the people to donate some of those ones that they don't never do nothing with, instead of throwing it in the trash, the returns, you don't donate some of those so that the people can use them for online group therapy. Get some of the internet. We need internet in every city, wireless. Well, I don't know what we're doing in America, sending billions and trillions of dollars over there to blow stuff up when we can have internet in every house and fucking boat on the lake. So it's just a lot of stuff that we need to force our politicians to do by firing a whole shitload of politicians. That's what we need to do. Got to fire a whole shitload, and then we can get some stuff done that actually makes sense for America. And we can't do that if we fighting for women's rights and men's rights and gay rights and fucking baby rights and baby wipes. It's just one divided country of America. There's nothing united about it. And I'm trying to figure out, what are we doing? So God is like, hey, here some ideas. Me talking about God don't bother you, I hope.
Not at all.
So it's like, hey, bam, 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 here's some ideas. And guess what?
You asked me that? Oh my.
I gotta have some jokes in here, man. We done known each other for 26 years, man. We've been a cover. And again, we can't get off this topic either. These are the crack years we're talking about. So, and we have to be willing to talk about the worst and the worst of the worst stuff. And at least pushing people to therapy stuff.
I can honestly tell by the conversation that we didn't experience near about some of the things that others have.
No, we didn't.
Because I know of some stories.
Yeah.
But it wasn't my family directly.
Right. And that's why it's hard for me to I don't want to tell people stories, but I'm going to figure out how to work some in. I've heard some stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen some stuff.
Yeah.
And the stuff I've seen wasn't good.
Right. So the story is out there.
But this is the thing that I'm understanding and trying to get people to remember. The reason why the plans have so much of a forgiving nature of a treatment first basis is because when a person is on drugs, they lose a lot of morality, they become something that they didn't know they were a lot of times.
Well, yeah, they don't have no sense of time.
It's
No
you
sense
can
of
be lost.
cleanliness or none of it. Just it basically it's a soul.
Mm-hmm.
It takes the soul,
Right.
and it takes
And
the person, because the person, in a lot of cases, if you can escape it, you've done amazing, because
man,
in most cases you're done.
yeah.
I hate to say it quite like that.
No,
The finality,
I think
in a finality, finality. Am I saying the
what
right
we're
word?
doing right now, the finality of it.
Yeah.
I think what we're doing now is to help those people who got to that point where it's like almost hopeless. You know what I'm saying?
And so just being around and seeing people, they be so angry.
Yes.
A lot of them be angry, and I know it's frustrating. Because I gotta believe they angry because I think something is still in them. Like, how did I get here? But more importantly, they probably angry because they want some more dope.
Well,
And I hate to say it like that, but that's a true statement, I'm sure. But they be cussing to themselves or arguing with somebody. You see a lot of them
yeah.
walking the street, they just be upset. And it's probably because they just didn't realize it was gonna be like that.
I don't know, man. It's just so many different levels to this, and it's so crazy. It's like, where do you point it at? Because the person who is out there a lot of times may have family that's taking care of them, who's giving them money, offering them a place to stay, who giving them a job opportunity, and they are just still wanting the drugs more than the change in the life. So,
but a lot of them are on the street because the family had to make a choice.
yeah,
My safety and my serenity versus your addiction and you.
And you know how hard that is for a mother.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, to tell her son get at and just walk the street.
It probably got to the point where she just had to for her own safety.
You know, the saddest thing I heard, man, and I know I'm gonna go and talk to this person who says this, but I heard somebody say, it breaks their heart that their child is in jail, but now they can sleep good because
get a little meal.
They scared every night when they out of jail. So
now they know where they at.
They know where they are now. So yeah, it's so many different things, man. It's like we can't sit here and say it's because they were poor. No, Hunter Biden, crack pipe in his mouth. What you talking about? It ain't because you're poor. Access to everything, wasn't it? So what we're dealing with is what we don't want to remember, what we don't want to discuss. See, we had some of the best music in the 80s. I'm like, you want to talk about jamming? It was the 80s going off. And I'm sitting here thinking, how many of them was on Freebase cracking it? How many freebasing and cracking? You know, we got so many of our fantastic, baddest ones leaving here with some kind of strange drug and pill addiction that none of us seem to know anything about. Well, I'm going to tell you something like this. Well, you already know. Some of my baddest raps.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Y'all may not know this. So, I used to be a rapper back in the days. Yeah.
And so,
I'm not even finna tell y'all my old name. I'm leaving that alone. We working on something that makes sense here. But yeah,
you're right. An addiction
is and imagine how terrible this is for the whole world to just say, we ain't finna talk about that. We're gonna move on to something else.
Well, I mean, it's still going on. It ain't like it's, when you say the crack years, I mean, they still here.
But when I say we ain't gonna talk about it, I go to therapy. You know, I go to therapy. There's a lot of people that go to therapy.
But
And I watch
they probably ain't talking about that though.
I watch a gang of people who talking about therapy shows and relationships and all this kind of stuff, and everybody talking about why can't men do this and why can't women do this and all this kind of stuff. Guess what? Ain't nobody talking about though. Why is it we can't? Well, guess what? No nobody want to talk about. Let me tell you exactly what happened. We was at grandmama's house and we was having dinners and everything was good. And we was over there and the kids was running around, all playing across the street and shit. And everybody was happy. We were drinking water out the water hose, spraying on your face. And all of a sudden, and then, everybody cracking beers and the lady sitting on the porches and you heard it, ha, 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 ha. And it was always smooth and good. And we go home, ride in the car, fall asleep, good night. And then one day, what's that funny smell? It ain't like the stuff that they smelling around the corner and laughing. This smells really different. And what it wasn't even crack. It was crack mixed with liquor from the person who had been smoking the crack, not bathing, not doing nothing, just being just nasty in the disease of that mental health. And that smell was terrible. I'm not sure if you remember. You ever smelled that smell? And it was like, this is new here. And then you had to stay away from that particular person. And then all of a sudden, the family used to be 50 people on Sunday. It is now down to 30. And 30 is in and out now. And now we used to be laughing and all night and go home and go. Now it's a lot of yelling going on up in here, and grandmama and them I can hear whispers of TVs missing and DVDs and jury stuff, and
so now people getting to-go plates.
Now the to-go plates are faster, and we still trying to hang though. We still trying.
We ain't staying long as we used to.
Yeah, we ain't. And as our kids getting older, now we're the parents, and it was like one grandkid, two grandkid. Now we got a new grandmama house. We're not going to grandmama house no more. Grandmama. We got a new grandmama house now, and it's safer because we ain't around all that drama. And nobody thought about, okay, how is this affecting our children not being able to hold relationships? Why are we now seeing you married 2 years, you married a year, you married 6 months, ain't no more let's Roberta Flack this one and have a party to get them to stay together. You remember them songs like that? You remember I'm ready to love you forever. You know what he was talking about? He's talking about you doing me wrong, but I'm going to wait on you to do right, and I'm going to stay with you. Are you ready to love me? Lionel Richie, do it to me one more time. Dude, that's the stuff we grew up on. Those were the songs that we were listening to during the crack years as the family was being destroyed. It was like a perfect blend of blinding,
So you said it was
It was the way it was. I'm like, I think we were blinded.
Good music and some bad music out at the same time.
No, guess what though? The bad music hadn't made it yet. I remember the bad music, and I ain't finna say it was bad music. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say what I say. I remember seeing one of my classmates. Well, he wasn't my classmate. He was a year ahead of me. Mm-hmm. He was like, "Hey, Pert, we played football together." He knew I was a nerd, Challenge Bowl. He knew that. And he was like, "Hey, man, you ever heard this song?" And I was like, "What you talking about?" He put the headphones on me, and it was Colors, Ice-T. And I was listening to it, and I was like, Colors. I'm like, that's smooth. Here's the thing. This dude, and I'd say probably I'm in 10th grade maybe, he was like the head running back. I'm like protege, looked up to him. So he listening to that. I need to listen to that. He telling me this is the bad song. I'm going to listen to it. I then took my MC Hammer and put it over there on the side and got my iced tea now. I'm listening to Colors. And then I started listening to Ice-T and I saw his picture and I was like, hold up. Don't I know this dude? I'm like, ain't this the breaking guy? So I go back and I look and this is pop lock and breaking. Ice-T. But this song is jamming. And it never crosses my mind that, damn it, an actor is the first gangster rapper and also the starring Breaking as the rapper.
And he was in Breaking.
Breaking 1, Breaking 2.
He wasn't in Breaking, was he?
Shit, you need to pull it up. Turbo and Ozone.
Yeah, what was he doing?
Rapping. He was the
yeah.
And they had the glove on, and we the number one on the floor. Get down,
But he wasn't doing all that, was he?
You need to go watch Breaking. You need to go.
I mean, I remember the Breaking, Turbo's on.
Yeah. Now he wasn't actually. I don't
think he was doing all that. What you just
yes, he did do this here, and
he was pop blocking as well.
That's what you had to do. That's what you did back then. But I'm saying though, he wasn't Ice-T.
Yeah.
But with my chain swing, thug man, he grew into that. He grew into it just like I grew from Challenge Bowl into.
What is Challenge Bowl?
Academic Bowl. Pushing the button. Cumulus clouds.
Oh.
Asking questions and stuff. Like Jeopardy, but for high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Had to say academic bowl, I guess. But again, grew into a new person. So, he started out with Breaking and then he ended up in Colors and that
now he
criminal, now he police. So once again, you grow, you change, and the things that we do affect things, and that's what I'm talking about. Like I said, I ain't pointing fingers at nobody. I'm just discussing what happened.
Right.
And what happened was these new things started to come into the radar. Once you have those new things start to come into the radar, new things are going to start happening. You ready to get out of here, man? We're the hour, so you ready to get out with you? Yeah. Get on that here.
Kind of break it down a little bit.
Yeah. So once those new things started happening, like I said, I ain't talking about nobody trying to call nobody out or nothing. It just is what it is. The LA rapper kicked the New York rapper out the way. We were up here kidding, playing LL Cool J, then you had the East Coast, West Coast beefings coming in. And next thing you know, we rolling down the street, smoking Indo, sipping on gin and juice, and that was for a while. They kind of owned that, so that helped us forget the crack years, helped us not deal with it. And it came back in our parenting. And so we're going to get on up out of here. Thank you again, LB.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, it came back on us, man. And once we started dealing with the fact that now we know, we can grow. So, like I said, I can't really make this look good to nobody. It's not going to be pretty. Nothing that we do here. I'm not expecting y'all to come in here and just start talking about, hey, I was on drugs and this is what happened. No, I'm not expecting any of that at all. I'm starting the conversation that needs to be started. I'm very grateful for the people who are coming in and taking part in it. They truly understand the importance of having this conversation. And again, we've been trying to figure out what happened to grandma and granddaddy house. We're trying to figure out what's going on with these kids. We've been trying to figure out what's going on with our relationships. I like to say, I unfortunately found it. So, Lamar, is there anything you want to say before we go?
Just want to say that, we appreciate you if you view this, and also appreciate it if you begin to have the conversation, because it's definitely an uphill battle, and we'll talk more about it. Appreciate y'all.
Definitely here. Big Quan with Gobsmack Visual Media.